Hello guys, my name is Mayank and I am a BTech student at IIT Kanpur. So today I'm going to solve differentiability with you. So let's first discuss in brief what differentiability basically says. We all have already read differentiation and all things like what is differentiation and how we differentiate things. But differentiability is it's a derivative only, but we define it in some other way. The definition, saying about the definition of differentiability, it is something like that: limit of x tending to zero, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. What is this? This is the derivative of function at point c. Let's say you have a function, say fx. You can take any function, let's say sin x. So you have to find the derivative of sin x at x equal to pi by 2. So what you will do, you will keep f, you will to find out differentiability of f, differentiability of sin x at pi by 2, you will use this formula. How? You will say it is equal to limit of h tending to 0, f of pi by 2 plus h minus f of pi by 2 divided by h, where it is nothing but tending to 0. So differentiability is basic concept where we tend to know that the function is differentiable or not. And one important thing, we have already read continuity. So all differential functions are continuous. Like without continuity, differentiability can never be there. So this is a lemma, or what you can say. You can say all differentiable functions are continuous, and if a function is differentiable, then it has to be continuous. Nothing else can be done. Like it is not necessary that if a function is continuous that it must be differentiable. But on the contrary, if the function is differentiable, then it must have to be continuous. Okay. So this way we write f dash x, limit of x tending to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So this is the way. And now these formulas we have already read. Differentiation of a plus b is equal to a d by dx of a plus d by dx of b. And this is the product rule. Differentiation of fx dx is f dash x dx plus gx f dash x. And this is the division rule, quotient rule, what we say. Uh, Denominator square and numerator में क्या आएगा? Differentiation of numerator into denominator minus differentiation of denominator into numerator. So these are the differentiation rules we must have read earlier also. So here is not a big deal. So it's now questions and no questions only. Okay, let's move to derivative of composite functions. So how to calculate derivative of composite functions? We start from the outer part. Like firstly, we differentiate the outer part, then we come inside. Like here it is given 2x plus 1 cube. So how will we differentiate this? How will we be differentiating this question? So we will be doing like 3 times 2x plus 1 square. We have we have catered to the outer part, the cube part. How? We have done 3 times 2x plus 1 square. Now the differentiation of 2x plus 1, it would be 2. So it would simply be 2 times 6 times differentiation of 2x plus 1 square. Simple. So we need not to open that. This is a very long method. We can just do it by using a simple method. Firstly, differentiate the outer part, then come to inside, nothing else. Okay. What we call as chain rule also. So this is the only theory which I wanted to tell you. Like this question also, sine of x squared. How would you differentiate this thing? Firstly, we will differentiate the outer function. What is the outer function? Outer function is sine. Sine का differentiation क्या होता है? Cos. So it would be cos of x square multiplied by differentiation of x square. And what would be the differentiation of x square? It would be 2x. So answer would be 2x times cos of x square. So this is a very simple thing. You have to just know the formulas for differentiation. That what is the differentiation of sine x, cos x, tan x, all trigonometric functions, sometimes inverse trigonometric functions also, and just product rule, quotient rule. If you know these things, and the composite function rule, that you have to firstly differentiate the outer function, then come to inner function, and then differentiate it completely, or it is also sometimes called as chain rule. Just if you know these things, this exercise can be easily solved. So let's start the very first question. So what's given here in the first question? Differentiate with respect to x. Okay. So sine of x square plus 5, d by dx of sine of x square plus 5. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate d by dx of sine of x square plus 5. X square plus 5. This is what we have to calculate. So how will we calculate this? See, firstly, as I told you in sine of x square, firstly we will differentiate the outer part. What is the outer part here? Outer part is sine. Sine का differentiation क्या होता है? Cos. Inner part तब same रहेगा. So cos of x square plus 5, this thing, and multiplied by differentiation of x square plus 5. Differentiation of x square plus 5 is nothing but 2x plus 1, 2x plus 0, because differentiation of a constant is 0. So multiplied by 2x. So writing it in a clear way, it would be 2x times cos of x square plus 5. Okay. Very simple question, I must say. Let's move to next question, question number 2. So here it is saying d by dx of cos of sin x. This can also be easily done. Firstly, differentiate the outer part, then the inner part. Nothing else you have to do. Cos of sin x. So this is nothing but differentiation of firstly cos x. Cos x का differentiation क्या होता है? Sin x. So sin of sin x. Then the differentiation of inner part, which is nothing but differentiation of sin x. So differentiation of sin x is cos x. So again, we can write it like, or remain written like this only. So firstly, we have to differentiate the outer part, which is cos. Differentiation of cos is sine. So sine of sin x multiplied by differentiation of sin x, which is cos x. Simple. So second question is also done. These are very simple questions. You have to just differentiate and get your answer. Now it's d by dx of sine of ax plus b. Sine of ax plus b. Okay. So what is this? This is nothing but differentiation of this thing. Firstly, differentiate the outer function. What's the outer function? Sine. Differentiation of sine is cos. So cos of ax plus b. Okay. Then the differentiation of ax plus b. Then multiplied by d by dx of ax plus b. So it would come out to be d by dx of ax plus b is nothing but a, because b is a constant. So differentiation of constant is a 0. So our final answer would be a times cos of ax plus b. Simple. So it is just amazing. Like, it's very simple exercise. You can do it easily if you know differentiation. Now next question is d by dx of sec of tan of, say here it is making it more and more composite, nothing else. X power minus half. Okay, so we have to solve this. Firstly, differentiate the outer function. What is the outer function? Sec. Differentiation of sec x is sec x tan x. So firstly, we will get sec of this thing only. So let me copy it down now. Sec of this thing into tan of this thing, because differentiation of sec of something is sec of that thing into tan of that thing. So, okay. So this is differentiation of sec x. It is sec x tan x. Now come inside differentiation of tan of root x. So firstly, we have to differentiate tan x. Differentiation of tan x is nothing but sec square x. So it would be sec square x. What is x? X is again the same, root x. So it would be x power minus half. Okay. So we have done differentiation of outer function sec. Then we have done differentiation of inner function tan. Now we have differentiate inner function root x. So what is the differentiation of root x? This you must have read earlier also. Like, root x can be written as x to the power half. So let me jot it down. X to the power half. X power half. We have to differentiate this function. How can it be differentiated? We have to differentiate this, no? So this can be done this way. D by dx of this thing. So it is nothing but n x to the power n minus 1, which we read the basic formula of differentiation, which is, so it would be nothing but d by dx of x to the power n is nothing but n x to the power n minus 1. So it would be half x power n minus 1, which is half minus 1, which is minus half. So minus half. Okay. This would be differentiation of root x. So just multiply this here. Just multiply this here. Okay. So to make it clear, I'm just taking half outside. Okay. So let me make it 1 by 2 here. 1 by 2 multiplied by this thing. Okay. So this is the final answer of differentiation. What we have done in this question, we have done nothing. We have just firstly differentiated sec x, then we came inside, we differentiated tan of root x, then we came more inside and we differentiated root x. So it is just a chain rule, nothing else. Okay. I hope समझ में आ गया होगा. ये तो सिंपल क्वेश्चन था. फिर चलते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पे. It would be d by dx of sine of ax plus b divided by cos of ax plus b. So next question is question number 5. It is nothing but d by dx of sine of ax plus b upon cos of cx plus d. Oh, it is cos of cx plus d. Sorry for that. Cos of cx plus d. Okay. So now we have to differentiate this question d by dx of sine of ax plus b upon cos of cx plus d. So how it can be done? It can be done this way, like it is nothing but something upon something. So it is like what we say quotient rule. So how we differentiate in a quotient rule? We do it by using the formula differentiation of numerator into denominator minus differentiation of denominator into numerator. Okay, so I can easily say that this question can be done using the quotient rule, but here is a catch. What is the catch? D by dx of nothing but, see, it is sine upon cos, and sine upon cos can be written as tan. So it would be tan of ax plus tan. Oh, okay. No catch. Sorry, because the variable is different inside the parameter. So ax plus b and 6 plus d. So it can be done. Can't be done by tan. So we have to apply the chain rule, product rule only, quotient rule only. So what is the quotient rule? Denominator we will get cx plus d square. So let us do using firstly I'm writing the numerator, then I will write the denominator. So how to write numerator? Denominator as it is cos of cx plus d multiplied by differentiation of numerator. What is the differentiation of numerator? Differentiation of sine of ax plus b. So differentiation of sine of ax plus b. Differentiation of sine of ax plus b is nothing but cos of ax plus b. Cos of ax plus b. Okay. So this is our differentiation. Okay. So it will be cos of ax plus b, but now we have to differentiate ax plus b also, and differentiating ax plus b will give us a. So it would be a. Okay. This thing minus numerator as it is sine of ax plus b, sine of ax plus b as it is, into differentiation of denominator. What is the denominator? Denominator is cos of cx plus d. Differentiation of cos is minus sine. So it would be minus plus. It would be sine of cx plus d. And now differentiation of cx plus d, which is nothing but c. So we will keep the c here. Okay. In this question, I did not apply minus sign. I forgot. So please make the changes. So this is the numerator and upon denominator. So let me write upon using this upon cx plus d whole square cos of cx plus d square. Okay. So this is the differentiation of this thing. I've done nothing. I've just used the quotient rule. Okay. So I hope you understood it. Let's move to next question. Question number 6. So in question number 6, it is saying cos of x cube multiplied by sine square of x power 5. So here what we will use? Here we will use our product rule. So how to use the product rule? So to use the product rule, we have to do nothing, just apply differentiation of first function multiplied by second function plus differentiation of second function multiplied by first function. So let's take the first function as cos of x cube and second function as sine square x power 5. So differentiation of first function, differentiation of cos of something is minus of sine of x cube multiplied by differentiation of x cube. Differentiation of x cube is 3x square. 3x square. Okay. And second function as it is, that is sine square x5. Okay. Plus first function as it is, that is cos of x cube multiplied by differentiation of second function. And what is the differentiation of second function? Second function is sine square x power 5. So its differentiation would be firstly going from outside to inside. So differentiation of square would be, it would be 2 times sine of x power 5 multiplied by differentiation of sine of x power 5, which is nothing but cos of x power 5. समझ में आया ना? चेन रूल मैं बस बाहर समझा रहा हूँ. Multiplied by differentiation of x power 5, which is nothing but 5x4. Okay. So this is our answer. So let me write it down in a better way. Actually, it's written in a better way only, but then let's clear it out. 2 into 5, it would be 10. It would be 10 times cos of x cube times sine of x power 5 multiplied by cos of x power 5 multiplied by x power 4 minus this first part, which is 3 times sine of x cube, 3 times sine of x cube, 3 times sine of x cube, and sine square x power 5, sine square x power 5 multiplied by x square. Okay. So it's not looking nice because I'm writing using a text pad. So I hope you understood the question. Question is nothing. You have to just use the simple product formula and you can easily get your answer. Okay. So let's do question number 7. So what we are asking question number 7, it's saying 2 times under root of cot of x squared. So 2 times under root of cot of x squared. So differentiate it. So 2 to constant, 2 will remain 2. So firstly, we have to differentiate the under root. How will we differentiate the under root? It would be nothing but I just told you differentiation of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. Similarly, differentiation of root of cot of x square would be 1 upon 2 root cot of x square. So 1 upon 2 and 2 will cancel out. So what will be left? It would be 1 upon root of cot of x square. Cot of x square. इसका root मतलब let me draw the root. Okay, so it would be 2 times 1 upon 2 root of cot x square x. So 2 and 2 will cancel out and we will get this. Now moving ahead, differentiation of cot of x square. Differentiation of cot x is minus cos x square x. So it would be minus cosec square x, and x is here, x is x square. So write it in the same way. Okay. Now the differentiation of x square, which is nothing but 2x. Closing this. So this is our final answer. And if I write it clearly, it would be 2 times, actually minus 2 times cosec square x multiplied by x square into x cube. X square into x, it would be x cube. And divided by root of cot square x. Cot square x means cot of x square. Cot of x square. इसका रूट बनाना पड़ेगा ना यहाँ पे. So let's make it the. Okay. So I hope you understood this question. This was also pretty simple. All the questions are actually simple. Only you have to just play with the mind and you can easily visit your answer. So this is question number 7. Let's move to question number 8. Then question number 8 is saying cos of root x. Again, simple question. Differentiation of cos x is sin x, minus sin x. It will be minus sine of root x. Okay. Then we have to differentiate root x. So how to differentiate root x? It is nothing but 1 upon 2 root x. So divide by 2 times root x. Okay. So this is the differentiation of cos of root x. So I hope you understood it. Let's move ahead to next question. Question number 9. So question number 9 is saying prove that the function f given by fx equals mod of x minus 1, x belonging to y is not differentiable at x equal to 1. So here we have to prove that our function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. So how can we do that? So let's see. Function fx is given to us as fx okay. So what we have given fx to be equal to mod of x minus 1. Okay. So this is our fx and we have to prove that this function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. Okay, so let's do it using the function of differentiation, using the main definition of differentiation only. So main definition of differentiation is limit of x, limit of h tending to 0. I just taught you it is nothing but f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Okay, so see, again we have to do using two things. Firstly, we will take 0 minus, and in second case we will take 0 plus. So it will be limit of h tending to 0 plus f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Okay, so these are the two limits which we have to compute, and our function will be differentiable if and only if these two limits will exist, will be equal and exist finitely. So ठीक है, तो अपने को चेक करना है इस पॉइंट पे, अपने को चेक करना है x इक्वल टू 1 पे, तो बस अपन x इक्वल टू 1 पे इसको चेक कर लेते हैं. अपन क्या करते हैं, अपन c की जगह 1 डाल देते हैं. तो इट वुड बी लिमिट ऑफ h टेंडिंग टू 0 माइनस, limit of h tending to 0 minus, it would be f of 1 plus h minus f of 1, मैं बस c की जगह 1 डाल दे रहा हूँ, ठीक है, minus f of 1 divide by h. Okay, so now using the definition of function, it would become mod of 1 plus h minus 1 mod minus mod of 1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, divide by h. So from here we can easily say that we will get mod of h by h, limit of h tending to 0 minus mod of h by h. Now see, since limit of h is tending to 0 minus, it is coming from 0 negative. So it is coming from the back side of the 0. So h will be open. How h will open? Since h is negative, so it will open like minus h. So we will get minus h by h, that is nothing but minus 1. So from here we are getting minus 1. Now let's solve for the positive part. Limit of h tending to 0 plus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h. So from here we can see that f of 1 plus h will remain same. 1 plus h minus 1, this thing, minus mod of 1 minus 1 होल दिस थिंग डिवाइड बाई एच। ठीक है, सो अब अपन यहाँ पे क्या होगा, बस यहाँ पे आएगा तो वही चीज, मॉड ऑफ एच डिवाइड बाई एच। लेकिन अब इस पर अपन लिमिट कराएंगे तो इस केस में एच 0+4 है, मतलब एच 0 से थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, मतलब एच इस केस में पॉजिटिव है। पिछले वाले केस में एच जो था 0 से थोड़ा छोटा था, तो फिर वो नेगेटिव हो जाता, तो नेगेटिव हो जाता तो माइनस एच खुल जाता। यहाँ पे एच 0 से थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, क्योंकि वो थोड़ा सा बड़ा है तो अपन कह सकते हैं कि एच पॉजिटिव है। क्योंकि एच पॉजिटिव है तो मॉड एच पॉजिटिव खुलेगा, सो इट वुड बी एच बाई एच इक्वल टू 1। तो देखो, मैंने क्या बोला था, लिमिट एग्जिस्ट करनी चाहिए और इक्वल होनी चाहिए, तो लिमिट एग्जिस्ट तो कर दी है लेकिन लिमिट इक्वल नहीं हो रही है, सो बस ये फंक्शन डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं है। सिंस लिमिट एग्जिस्ट फाइनाइटली, एग्जिस्ट तो कर दी है बट इज नॉट इक्वल, या फिर बट आर नॉट इक्वल, तो द फंक्शन इज नॉट डिफरेंशिएबल एट एक्स इक्वल टू 1। सिंपल। ठीक है, तो आई होप समझ में आया होगा। सिंपल क्वेश्चन था, कुछ नहीं किया मैंने, सिर्फ लिमिट की डेफिनेशन लगाई है। लिमिट की डेफिनेशन क्या होती है, लिमिट की डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी की डेफिनेशन लगाई है। अ फंक्शन इज डिफरेंशिएबल इफ लिमिट ऑफ एच टेंडिंग टू 0 एफ ऑफ एक्स प्लस एच माइनस एफ ऑफ एक्स डिवाइड बाई एच exist, and if we have to calculate LHL and RHL, then both must be equal. So if these conditions exist, then the function is differentiable at that point. Otherwise, it is not differentiable. So in this way, I've computed the question number 9. So let's move to the last question, question number 10. So what's being said in question number 10? It is a bit lengthy question. So let's do it clearly. Prove that the greatest integer function defined by fx equal to greatest integer function of x from 0 to 3 is not differentiable at x equal to 1 and x equal to 2। तो अपन ने देखा था कल भी, जब अपन लोग कंटिन्यूटी पढ़ रहे थे, कि ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन जो होता है वो इंटीजर्स पर डिसकंटिन्यूस हो जाता है। तो जहाँ पे फंक्शन डिसकंटिन्यूस है वहाँ पे तो फंक्शन अपने आप डिफरेंशिएबल है। तो अपन तो इसमें ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं कि ये फंक्शन क्योंकि डिसकंटिन्यूस है तो ये डिफरेंशिएबल है, लेकिन क्योंकि अपन लोग डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी पढ़ रहे हैं तो अपन लोग को उसको डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी के तरीके से करना पड़ेगा। तो अपने को जो दो पॉइंट बोले अपन दोनों पॉइंट पे चेक कर लेते हैं। तो सबसे पहले तो डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी की डेफिनेशन लिखते हैं, लिमिट ऑफ एक्स tending to h f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. This is the function, and this is the definition of differentiability. Now what we have to do, we have to just put h equal to, we have to just put x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. So let's do it. Limit of x tending to, firstly let's take x tending to, limit of h tending to 0. Sorry, x, not x tending to, h tending to 0. It is the same thing, but I am doing like this. Limit of h tending to 0. Now, since I have to take two cases now, 0 minus and 0 plus. So f of, instead of x, I will put 1 because I'm checking for 1. So f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h. Simple. So from here, I can say that it would be greatest integer function of 1 plus h minus greatest integer function of 1 divided by h. Okay. Now just put the limit. Uh, it is h is tending to 0 minus, but 1 plus 0 से थोड़ा सा कम. It would be 1 only, like it would be slightly lesser than 1. See what I'm saying. It is 0 negative. 0 negative means it's less than 0. Less than 0 means negative number. So we would be subtracting something from 1. So 1 plus h would be some quantity which is closer to 1 but something less than 1. Why? Because h is negative. Since h is less than 0, so h is negative. So we are subtracting something from 1. So it would be near to 1 but it would be less than 1. And we know that the greatest integer function is a function which gives the value which is just before the वैल्यू विच इज गिवन इन GIF, मतलब ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन के अंदर जो वैल्यू दी होगी, अगर वो इंटीजर होगा, then we will print integer only. But if it is not an integer, if it is something like decimal number, then the integer part of the decimal number will be printed. So it is 1 plus h. H is negative. So 1 plus h would be something like 0.9999999. So integer part of 0.99999 would be 0. So from here we will get 0 minus integer part of 1 is 1 only. Okay. So it would be 0 minus 1 0 minus 1, ओके, डिवाइड बाई h. ठीक है, तो अब देखो अपन इसमें h की वैल्यू डाल देंगे. लिमिट ऑफ h टेंडिंग टू 0 था, h टेंडिंग टू 0 पर ये फंक्शन का चल जाएगा इनफिनिटी. ठीक है, और h टेंडिंग टू 0 माइनस पे तो ये आ रहा है. मैं चेक करता हूँ h टेंडिंग टू 0 प्लस पे लिमिट ऑफ h, तो अपन ये बोल सकते हैं क्योंकि मेरी लिमिट एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रही तो मेरा फंक्शन नॉन डिफरेंशिएबल है. लेकिन मैं लिमिट ऑफ h टेंडिंग टू 0 प्लस भी निकाल के दिखा देता हूँ आपको. लिमिट ऑफ h टेंडिंग टू 0 plus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 डिवाइड बाई h. तो यहाँ से अपन क्या लिख सकते हैं, अपन लिखेंगे तो वही चीज 1 plus h minus 1 divide by h. But in this case, since h is greater than 0, so 1 plus h would be something like 1.00000001. So GIF of that thing would be 1 minus 1 divided by h. So from here we are getting 0. So we can easily see since the limit value is not equal and even the limit does not exist when h is tending to 0 minus. So using these two things, I can easily say that my function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. Okay. So function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. Simple. Now we have to do for x equal to 2. So let's move to next page. X equal to 2. Yes, x equal to 2. So for x equal to 2, again we will do the same thing. For x equal to 2, again we will do the same thing. What? Limit of h tending to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So what we will get from here? I have to break it in two cases again. Limit of h tending to 0 minus f of, now instead of 1, we will instead of x we will put 2 because we are checking for 2. It would be f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. Simple. So from here I will get what? I will get the greatest integer function of 2 plus h minus greatest integer function of 2 divided by h. Now again from the same thing, I can say what? See, I can say that 2 plus h is something less than 0. So I'm subtracting something from 2. Since I'm subtracting something from 2, it would be 1.999999999, whose integer part is 1. So from here I will get 1. And greatest integer function of 2, I said that the greatest integer function of an integer is that integer only. So it will be 2 only. Divide by h. So from here again we will get infinity. So I can say that the function is not differentiable since I am not getting some finite value. But let me check for h tending to 0 plus also. Limit of h, like this you have to show for 0 plus also. We can't just do the half question. F of, instead of x, I am putting 2. F of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. Okay. So from here I can see that f of 2 plus h will be nothing but GIF of 2 plus h minus 2 divided by h. This would remain same. Now from here I can say what? Since h is greater than 0 in this case, h is greater than 0, so 2 plus h would be something like 2.00000001, whose integer part would be 2. So it would be again 2 minus 2 divided by h, which is again coming out to be 0. Since again both the limits are not equal and even one limit does not exist. So we can say, so the function is not differentiable at x equal to 2 also. Even let me write it down for your information. Greatest integer function of x is not differentiable, not differentiable at any integer points. किसी भी integer point पे जो अपना greatest integer function होता है वो differentiable नहीं होता है. So make it by heart. You have to learn this thing, but this is very important. So I hope ये exercise समझ में आई होगी. इस exercise में कुछ भी नहीं करना था, अपने को सिर्फ डिफरेंशिएशन आना चाहिए. अगर अपने को डिफरेंशिएशन के फॉर्मूलास आते हैं तो अपन ने 8 क्वेश्चन तो डिफरेंशिएशन के फॉर्मूले से ही किए थे. बाकी लास्ट के 9 और 10 क्वेश्चन में मैंने डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी की डेफिनेशन यूज करी है, which is very important again. You have to just use the formula that limit of x tending to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. And by this you can compute the two limits, left hand limit and right hand limit. Then both the limits must exist and they must be equal. Then only the function will be differentiable. Otherwise, it would be not. Or you can use one other thing also, that if something is given to you in exam that proves that the function is differentiable or not, you can check that the function is continuous at that point or not. So if at that point the function is coming out to be discontinuous, then you don't have to check differentiability, because discontinuous functions can't be differentiable at any cost. But if it is asked to do it by differentiability, then you have to apply the differentiable formula, limit of h tending to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, and then you have to solve accordingly. Okay? So I hope समझ में आ गया होगा. It was not typical. You have to just use the concepts of differentiability. Okay? So let's move to next exercise now. Derivative of implicit functions. Okay. So see, what is derivative of implicit functions? Derivative of implicit functions is like, let's say, what's the tense? That until now we have been differentiating various functions given the form of y equal to fx, but it is not necessary. The functions are always expressed in this form. For example, this form can also be there. So what is this thing? What is the implicit function? Implicit function is nothing but like, अभी तक अपन लोगों ने जो भी पढ़ा है वो अपन इस फॉर्म का पढ़ा है, y इक्वल टू साइन एक्स, y इक्वल टू कॉस एक्स, या y इक्वल टू सम फंक्शन ऑफ x, इस टाइप का पढ़ा है. लेकिन फंक्शंस हमेशा ऐसे नहीं दिए जाते. लाइक इट कैन बी गिवन इन दिस वे आल्सो. लाइक यू कांट सेपरेट x एंड y सेपरेटली. लाइक y इक्वल टू सम फंक्शन ऑफ x, this is one type of function, but this is not always the case. Like talking about this one, x plus sine of x sine xy minus y equal to 0. Here you can't separate x and y because x and y are given inside the sine function. So in these type of functions, the variables are mixed, so we can't separate them. So these type of functions are known as implicit functions. So how to differentiate these type of functions, we will read here. Okay, so let us do it. जैसे कि अपन लोग एग्जांपल देखते हैं, तो सबसे पहले dy by dx अपने को इस केस में निकालना है, x minus y equal to pi के केस में. तो अपन क्या करेंगे, अपन लिखेंगे कि y को क्या, तो अपन लोग वैसे कर सकते हैं जैसे अपन ने अभी तक किया है. फिर अपन लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, अपन दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं. अपन ने दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएट किया, dy by dx of x minus y आ गया, dy by dx of x dx by dx 1 हो गया, dy by dx अपने को निकालना था और पाई का डिफरेंशिएशन 0 हो गया. तो अपने पास dy by dx क्या आ गया, 1. सो इस तरीके से अपन लोग सॉल्व करेंगे. अपन दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएशन ले लेंगे, दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएशन लेकर दोनों को dy by dx के रिस्पेक्ट में डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे, एंड देन वी विल गेट अवर आंसर. ठीक है, तो ये तो केस हो गया अपना इम्प्लिसिट फंक्शंस का. अब अपन लोग आ जाते हैं इनवर्स ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस पे. सो इनवर्स ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस में क्या बोला है, तो इनवर्स ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस का डिफरेंशिएशन बेसिकली आपको याद होना चाहिए, बिकॉज इट कैन बी यूज्ड डायरेक्टली. आई एम सेइंग इट कैन बी यूज्ड डायरेक्टली, so you have to, like, you should memorize, I think so, differentiation of sine inverse x, cos inverse x, and so on. But if not so, if you are asked to calculate the differentiation, so how you will do? Y equal to sine inverse x, take sine that side, you will get x equal to sine y. Now differentiate both sides. D by dx of x would be 1, d by dx of sine y would be, first differentiation of sine, it would be cos y, then differentiation of y, it would be dy by dx. So from here we can get dy by dx. equal to 1 upon cos y. Then again put the value of y. So we will get 1 upon cos of sine inverse x. So this way we do the differentiation of inverse trigonometric functions, and then we will get this table. Learn this table because it's quite important. So let's move to exercise now. Exercise 5.3. Exercise 5.3. ठीक है, तो अपन ये सॉल्व करते हैं अब. 1 second. ठीक है, so let's solve this exercise. Let's do question number 1. So what's there in question number 1? Find dy by dx of these things. Okay, so let's start. Again, I'm saying this is an implicit function. So to differentiate an implicit function, we will take differentiation both sides. So do it like this: d by dx of 2x plus 3y, 2x plus 3y equal to d by dx of sin x. Simple. Okay. So from here, what you will get? We will get d by dx of 2x plus 3y. So it would be 2, because differentiation of 2x is 2, plus 3 times dy by dx, because differentiation of y would be dy by dx, equal to d by dx of sin x is cos x. So from here, we can say that it would be 2 plus, not equal to. Okay. So from here, we can say that dy by dx is nothing but cos x minus 2 divided by 3. Cos x minus 2 divided by 3. So it is that simple. Here it would be bracketed. Okay. So it is that simple. You have to just differentiate both sides, nothing else. So this is our first question. Let's move ahead to question number 2. 2x plus 3y equal to sin y. Again, we have to differentiate both sides. D by dx of 2x plus 3y equal to d by dx of sin y. Okay. So I can say what differentiation of 2x plus 3y is 2 plus x equal to d by dx of sin y is firstly differentiation of sine, it would be cos y, then differentiation of y. You can see that here I am differentiating 2 times only. Sin x differentiation cos x and then x differentiation 1. But in this case, since I am differentiating y with respect to x, so I will also get dy by dx. ठीक है, so अपन यहाँ से अपन क्या करेंगे, अब dy by dx कॉमन ले लेंगे. dy by dx we have taken common, we will get cos y minus 3 equal to 2, and from here I can get my dy by dx to be equal to 2 upon cos y minus 3. सिंपल. समझ में आया? तो मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, मैंने बस दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएट किया है, नथिंग एल्स आई हैव डन. बस इसमें याद रखना कि इसमें मैंने sin x का डिफरेंशिएशन किया तो वो आ जाएगा cos x, लेकिन यहाँ पे मैं क्योंकि x के रिस्पेक्ट में y का डिफरेंशिएशन कर रहा हूँ तो cos y इंटू dy by dx आएगा. ये बहुत बच्चे भूल जाते हैं, फिर गलती करते हैं, तो इस चीज को ध्यान रखना बिकॉज ये थोड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है. आगे चलते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 पे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में क्या दिया हुआ है, दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएट करना है, तो अपन लिख लेते हैं साथ में ax प्लस by स्क्वायर इक्वल टू d by dx ऑफ cos y. ठीक है, तो अपन को ये करना है, तो d by dx ऑफ x would be a प्लस by स्क्वायर का क्या होगा 2by multiplied by differentiation of y would be dy by dx equal to d by dx of cos y again minus sin y into dy by dx. सिंपल. क्या किया मैंने, पहले मैंने x का डिफरेंशिएशन किया वो आया a, फिर by स्क्वायर का किया तो वही लगाया चेन रूल, इट वुड बी 2by multiplied by differentiation of y which would be dy by dx, and here again cos y so minus sin y dy by dx. so अगले लाइन में मैं dy by dx को वापस कॉमन ले लूंगा, dy by dx को कॉमन लिया, क्या आ गया, it would be 2 plus sin y, 2 plus sin y equal to minus a. Okay, so from here we can get our dy by dx to be equal to minus a divided by 2 plus sin y. 2 plus sin y. Okay, so it is सिंपल, लाइक अपन को आपको भी सॉल्व करते करते आ गया होगा कि ये सिंपल थिंग है, बस अपने को डिफरेंशिएट करके अपने को फाइनल आंसर तक पहुंचना है और कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें, इट इज दैट सिंपल। देखो क्या करना है, इम्प्लिसिट फंक्शन में क्या होता है ना, इम्प्लिसिट फंक्शन में अपन एक्स और वाई को अलग अलग नहीं कर सकते, तो अपने को दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा। भाई इसमें आपको एक चीज क्या ध्यान रखनी है, इसमें अपने को ये चीज ध्यान रखनी है कि अगर हम लोग कॉस ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन में डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन के अंदर जो वेरिएबल है और जिस वेरिएबल के रिस्पेक्ट में अपन लोग डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हैं, अगर वो अलग अलग है तो मेरा डी वाई बाई डी एक्स वाला टर्म भी आएगा। सो डोंट फॉरगेट दैट। Let's move to next question, question number 4. Question number 4. So question number 4 is saying what? It is saying that let's write it down. No, d by dx of xy plus y square. Okay, equal to d by dx of tan x plus y. Tan x plus y. Okay, so how we will do this? Again, since it is slightly complicated because it is a product rule we will apply here. So dy dx of xy would be first function as it is, differentiation of second function dy by dx plus second function as it is, differentiation of first function x d by dx of x is 1 plus y square का क्या होगा, ये तो अपन कई बार कर चुके हैं, 2y dy by dx, क्योंकि y का करें ना x के रिस्पेक्ट में, तो पहले जो y स्क्वायर का क्या 2y आया, फिर y के लिए dy by dx इक्वल टू tan x का डिफरेंशिएशन होता है sec square x प्लस dy by dx, सिंपल। ठीक है, फिर अपन लोग dy by dx को कॉमन ले लेंगे। लेट्स टेक dy by dx कॉमन, क्या आ जाएगा यहाँ से आ जाएगा x प्लस 2y माइनस 1। ओके, x प्लस 2y माइनस 1 इक्वल टू sec स्क्वायर x माइनस y। तो यहाँ से मेरे पास क्या आ जाएगा, यहाँ से मेरे पास आ जाएगा dy बाई dx इक्वल टू sec स्क्वायर x माइनस y, कैपिटल sec स्क्वायर x माइनस y डिवाइड बाई x प्लस 2y माइनस 1, सिंपल। आगे समझ में? सो क्वेश्चन इज सिंपल, यू हैव टू जस्ट जॉट इट डाउन एंड solve the answer. So let's move to next question, question number 5. Again same thing, d by dx of x square plus xy plus y square equal to d by dx of 100. Okay, so it would be just simple 2x plus xy का अपन ने ऊपर किया, it would be x times dy by dx plus y plus 2 y स्क्वायर क्या जाएगा, y स्क्वायर क्या जाएगा 2y dy by dx equal to dy by dx of 100 is 0. So from here what I can see, I can take dy by dx common. So taking dy by dx common, I will get x plus 2y, ठीक है, x plus 2y equal to minus y minus 2x, because उधर जाएगा तो it would be minus of y plus 2x। ठीक है, तो अभी यहाँ से मुझे क्या मिल जाएगा, यहाँ से मुझे मिल जाएगा dy by dx equal to negative of y plus 2x डिवाइड बाई x plus 2y। जल्दबाजी में इसको कैंसिल मत कर देना, बिकॉज एक में x 2 के साथ है, एक में 2x plus एक में 2y के साथ, so it would not be cancelled. So this is our final answer to this question. So इस तरीके से अपन लोग सॉल्व करेंगे. बस अपने को दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएशन लेना है, दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएशन लेके इसको सॉल्व करना है. दोनों तरफ डिफरेंशिएशन लेके सॉल्व करेंगे, then we can easily get the differentiation of implicit functions. It is not typical. You have to just solve the question confidently and you can get your answer. So I hope समझ में आया होगा आपको. अभी यहीं तक रखते हैं, आगे का we will do in the next video. So I hope you understood it. Thank you.